What up, y'all? It's your boy Dan, and today I want to talk to you guys about the Nintendo Switch 2. So, as probably everyone in the world knows by now, the Nintendo actually dropped a trailer for the Switch 2 earlier today, and I watch a lot of channels whose main content revolves around Mario Maker and that sort of thing. And there's always talk about, hey, the Switch 2 is coming soon. And this whole time, I would not have thought that it would literally be called the Switch 2. I know that's not out yet, so it's a possibility of that name changing. It's almost kind of like, the Wii and the Wii U. You got the Switch and Switch 2. But naming conventions aside, I just wanted to go over just the sparse details that they gave in the video. It was more or less just a kind of like showing off the hardware itself and not really showing what the software is going to be. But it's enough to talk about because, it's been 7 years since the Switch came out. And, just like any other console and stuff, enough time, people are going to be anticipating it. So let's just see what Nintendo has given us so far and maybe speculate. I don't do these kind of videos, so maybe we'll speculate on what's coming. Maybe we won't. So let's go ahead and start up the video. Of course, I'll pause along the way and just talk about what I'm seeing and what I'm feeling as we go along. So far, not impressed. Looks like the other... Oh, okay. Wait, it's doing something. All right, so that's the first thing that we're going to talk about. So let's see here. So it got bigger in size. The screen got bigger in size, which is fine. That's kind of like a given with, any upgrade to a handheld and stuff, more screen real estate. So that's good to see. But we're going to get into what's going to essentially be my first gripe here in a moment. All right, so sleek, innovative designs, nothing really to write home about. It's got what appears to be more USB-C, moving away from the more traditional USB to USB-C ports that it has currently, which means I'll probably be losing a lot of the chargers that I have. I have like 3 controllers connected to my Switch now. Okay, so a gripe. The screen not only grows by what appears to be like maybe a ½ inch to an inch, but so do the controllers. However, they are still made for small. And, they're made for child hands. These controllers, the Joy-Cons were never made for somebody of my hand grippage, which is why, usually when the Joy-Cons have to be used, I'm connecting them to the little, what's it called? The controller, the thing that you slide the Joy-Cons into to make it, use it like a regular controller and stuff. And then I give that to the closest kid nearby because I'm not going to use it. I'm going to use a controller that's made for my hands, that's made for adults. So I see with the Switch 2, they're essentially, making it they're increasing the length of it, but the buttons have not changed, and they really can't because they're sticking with the same design essentially that was used with the Switch. So while they made the screen bigger and it made the controllers longer, they didn't make them wider to where someone like me, let's look at the Wii's the Wii controllers. God, what are they called? The Wii. You know what I'm talking about. They the button placement on them worked fine and stuff, and of course it was like motion controls and stuff like that. But then you can kind of flip them as more like a standard controller. These, they're made to be like, okay, this has all the functionality that you would have in a more, traditional controller and stuff. But we have this weird digital pad that we're not changing and stuff. And everything is just very small. That was like the first time I played used a Switch. I was just like, oh, okay, this thing is really small. Like there's these games I want to play on this and stuff. Am I supposed to use this? So like one of the first purchases after I was gifted a Switch was to freaking get a standard controller and stuff. So I see nothing's going to change with that on this. So I'm not impressed with the Joy Cons. Again, I think this is Nintendo's way of saying this is made for your children. This is made for young people. This is not made for adults and stuff. We have controllers for you. They're $50 and $60 a pop. You're welcome. So moving on. It looks like they went with a lighter pastel color for the blue and the red. It looks really nice, and I will say I'm very impressed with the. I'm really impressed with the presentation itself so far. Like I'm gonna knock the system where I'm gonna knock it, but the actual transitions and stuff like that, and how they're actually going about building it out piece by piece is pretty cool to see. So I'll give them a 10 so far on the actual presentation. Very visually appealing. So far, yeah, not really seeing anything that's much different from what we have currently. Okay, so they don't slide on anymore. They clasp. 2. And there it is. I mean, we really can't talk about the Switch until we see the game. So of course they start off with, interestingly enough, Mario Kart 8, which, like, while the game is still getting updates and stuff, is like one of the older titles on the Wii. I mean, on the Wii. My God, it's one of the older titles on the Switch, and it's like, if you're going to announce the game, like, throw us a tease at, hopefully something that you're actually working on and not some kind of tech demo or anything like that, but throw us something new, something that we weren't expecting. Like, maybe not so much a new Mario. Mario got a couple of new games, 2, 3 new games on the Switch and stuff. So just throw us something a little new, like a little teaser or something like that. That's going to, what game are you planning to drop with this? Because as you see a little further on, this thing is going to come out this year, apparently. Yeah, that's the thing that I use when using the Joy-Cons. So yeah, it's saying 2025 and stuff. So I'm like, what game is dropping? And then here on the screenshots, it's showing Super Mario Wonder. So that would make more sense if there's like, okay, we don't have any games and stuff. Let's see Mario Wonder running on this thing. But yeah, besides the point is just like, okay, we got the Switch. And you're seeing a side-by-side comparison and stuff. One is slightly bigger than the other. And then, like, let's look at this message here. Plays Nintendo Switch 2 exclusive games, as well as Nintendo Switch games. Asterisk. Nintendo Switch 2 plays both physical and digital Nintendo Switch games. That's great. I love backwards compatibility. To this point, I've seen so many people say that, Xboxes, I believe the Xboxes are almost completely backwards compatible, even up to this current console. And then I see people just randomly saying that the PlayStation 5 is, and I'm just like, If you say so. I haven't tested it out yet. Maybe I just need to go ahead and do so. So it's nice to know that off the bat it's going to have backwards compatibility, but apparently certain Nintendo Switch games may not be supported on or fully compatible with Nintendo Switch 2. Why? I mean, they look almost exactly the same except for a slight height advantage with the Switch 2. So it says details will be shared on Nintendo website at a later date. So I'll probably have to come back and, kind of break that down a little later too. But so, initial thoughts, cool. Like I said, long time coming. People been talking about the Switch 2 for like a good 2 or 3 years or so. And again, wouldn't have thought that would be called the Switch 2. It's nothing wrong with the name or anything like that. But it leaves me wondering, I think the Wii U was a touch more powerful than the Wii. I don't think it. I know it. I've seen some great looking games on the Wii U. Never had one myself. I still kind of want one, but if anything, just for Wind Waker, please Nintendo, if you do see this video, please port Wind Waker over to the Switch 2. If you port it over to the Switch 2, I will buy a Switch 2, guaranteed, because I feel like that's one I really missed out on. In any case. So I'm wondering, I shouldn't have to wonder. Of course, the Switch 2 is going to be more powerful. It'll be foolish. 7 years? Because we're already talking about a console that, for whatever reason, people like to compare to the PS4 and the Xbox as far as like horsepower and stuff. And it's fair because when Nintendo decides to do something as crazy as bring in a wonky looking version of Mortal Kombat 1, just the just the sheer like uncanny dip in quality on that and stuff. Yeah, you should probably get a little ridicule about that, because why? How dare you? But yeah, they continue to do stuff like that. So it's like, I understand why there's comparisons, and it's because Nintendo knows good and well that they don't have the horsepower to do these really high-end graphic games and stuff. And then, they see them do that, or they have that weird cloud service thing that I never looked into. I say all that to say, I wonder just how powerful it's going to be. It's a handheld, so it's not going to, I don't believe it's going to reach PlayStation 5, Xbox levels, Xbox Series levels of graphical power. But we'll have to wait and see what the specs say for it. And even after the specs come out and stuff, we have to see what the games look like. And it just comes back to that, like, what are the games going to be? If this is dropping this year, and we live in an era where things just drop whenever, they drop and stuff, but this isn't like Sega coming through and just, shadow dropping the Saturn or whatnot. For those who are old enough to know that, it's Nintendo. It's Nintendo. It's Nintendo. So yeah, where's your games at? Where's your games at this point and stuff? Show the Switch 2, awesome. Show the games. So I guess I'll be keeping an eye out for that very thing, and then we can talk about it then. I feel like this is one console that I can actually, sit and talk about and stuff. I haven't owned like a new Nintendo console since the Wii, and I've been going really hard in on the Switch here lately. I love how easy it is to purchase games. I love the amount of indie titles that are on there. They're perfect for the Switch and stuff, and that's I've loaded up my Switch with those types of games and stuff. So I'm just interested in seeing where they're trying to take this, what they want to do with this, what kind of games that they're trying to put on here, what kind of games can be played on here, and if they're going to match the same quality as the other current gen systems out here. My guess is going to be no. But Nintendo's never really had to worry about that sort of thing, because they put out, for the most part, they put out good games. So, they're going to be all right. The Wii U, I guess, was a failure, but, they turned around and put out the Switch and they're all right. There's a lot of anticipation for the Switch too. I know people that to this day are still getting buying Switches and stuff. So, I'm a late adopter to everything. So I say, if a certain title comes out, I'm gonna buy the Switch too. No, I ain't. No, I ain't. Look, the last time I tried to buy a console when it dropped was the PlayStation 5. And that ended up being, 2 years after the fact. And Sony had to reach out to me. It was like, hey, you still want one of them? So I was just like, yes, yes, I do. Thank you for reaching out. So yeah, well, let me see what else. Oh, I forget if there's anything else on this video, but those are my initial thoughts for it. Okay, there's the Nintendo Direct. I did not catch that the first time. Let's see, series of hands-on events held around the world. Okay, check the official Nintendo site. Okay, Nintendo Switch experience. All right, so I'm gonna try to make that a goal. I'm gonna see if this is coming anywhere near me, and see if I can get on this experience. So maybe I should do that right now. I am not some big name in this space, and the last time I did a video was almost 6-7 months ago. Yeah. So in any case, yeah, I will check that out, and then as we get more information, I will share my thoughts on here. But there it is. It's coming. It's on its way. The Nintendo Switch 2 coming 2025. If you like what you see here, please like, comment, and subscribe. I am still trying to figure out what I'm going to do with this channel here, but I'll pop in every once in a while when some news like this drops. But I appreciate you watching, and in the meantime, it's been your boy Den. I'll see you next time. Peace.